Hello. Hello and welcome to springtime, everybody. Yes, it's time for an update, a catch-up. So let's have a little walk around. Things have really started to grow. Okay. This is Rebecca's rock wall. Thank you, Rebecca. Quite a long time ago now. You sent a little gift here to Happenstance, and this is what I did with the help of George and his tractor. We did this rock wall, which is just stunning now. Around here, this is where the marshmallow, I planted the marshmallow that I grew from seed. And yes, I cut it back after I took off the leaves for drying, and now the marshmallows are coming back again, which is great. So let's call this Big Tank Garden. Big Tank Garden is now edged with comfrey. This area out the back here that was the absolute worst is actually quite nice now. I've put in a few little shrubs, a few little citrus. I did have the greenhouse here, but the greenhouse got moved 3 times in as many days due to wind. We had quite a lot of wind for about a week, and the poor little greenhouse was getting battered. The little trees that I put in here are doing okay. This is a crepe myrtle? No, buddleia. Polygala, another buddleia, a bush lemon, and this is the little gum tree, the little Sydney red gum. This is the Tagastace, which is now huge and was full of bees. And I noticed today that the oak tree, now as tall as me, has its first leaves opening. So spring is here. The Australian native bushes, shrubs, bottle brushes are flowering. This little rough garden's doing okay. I didn't cover this tree, even though I was told by, neighbours, oh, you better cover it, it'll die in the frost. Well, it didn't. It's fine. I'm more of the opinion that, grow if you're going to grow. If this climate, this position, it suits you, well, you'll grow. If it doesn't suit you, well, I'll put you somewhere else. I've just been underneath this old cherry tree here, which has had a really good prune of all the dead wood, and I made my lunch out here on the little Trangia stove. I'll show you. This is a Stanley 2-cup cook set, this one's called. Of course the cups aren't here, but so I had that on top of a stand, crisscross stand on top of the Trangia. I sat here, had my lunch, had a nice cup of tea, read a bit of a book, had a lie down on the earth, and thought, yeah, it's time for an update. A sink has grown here where the tree was cut down. That was Simon. Thank you, Simon, using the Silky Big Boy saw. I think he just wanted to go at it, actually. For my lunch, I just walked along here. There's some asparagus, which is growing quite nicely. I usually eat a spear of asparagus every morning for breakfast as I wander around. Some peas, these are sugar snaps. Some broad beans, either little or podded. Some broccoli, spinach. Oh my gosh, it was really nice. Anyway, I just went around here and picked stuff. Carrots are looking good. Oh yes, very nice. And had a fresh egg, and it was really lovely. These are the poppies from the seeds that I saved from last year, and they have been absolutely beautiful and much bigger. So if you save the seed from your own location and grow it there again, it's like it has a memory and says, oh yeah, I grew here last year, this will be good. The trees, this is just the beginning of spring, and the pear has got some leaves on it. I've got another pear coming soon actually, due to a sale at Heritage Fruit Trees. So I ordered a dwarf little French pear and a dwarf Cox's orange pippin. Yeah, so they should come any day. This is the one of the hazelnuts in leaf, looking really good. And there's the other. And the fig, this was only a cutting fig, but it came from a really old tree, so it should be nice. And this is the corner that was really rugged and rough. It now has a few things in it, a few plants. There's some chamomile, some lavender, some rock rose, some yarrow. There's a loquat, a weaver's bamboo, hillgrove gum, and a few other bits and pieces. And this is the, what is it? Oh my gosh. Silver birch, which will be beautiful. I only put that in last year. My neighbours put up a higher fence for me, which is really lovely, up to here, because his horses were leaning over and just eating things, and I wasn't sure whether those things that the horses were eating would do them any harm. Probably not, but it's nice for me not to have them pushing the fence, because they do stretch the wire. This is the thornless blackberry that was given to me as a gift last Christmas, and I made the cage with the last of the dog mesh that I bought at a garage sale, so that'll be nice, a thornless blackberry. And this is Jane's almond. Jane, this is your almond, look at it, it's doing okay. It is a Johnston prolific, and around it is some lovely garlic that was given to me by a woman that spent the night here on her way from where she lives in Tassie to moving up to, going for a drive around Queensland and New South Wales. And she said, this has started to sprout, would you like it? It's a purple garlic. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you for that. That was very nice. This is the last of doing bits of garden bed with plastic, black plastic, and then when the grass is died, cardboard, biochar and wood chip. So this is the last bit now, and I kind of did it so I could mow easily. And there are comfrey plants all the way around the edge. They're just, this is new, so you can't really see them yet. But the rest of it's looking quite nice, isn't it? And these again, these are poppies from last year's seed. And there's going to be loads of them. Ah, look at this. This is a Bramley cooker, first flowers. Unfortunately, I had to cut this back quite a way because there was a borer in it. So I cut it back, but it's picked up. So there's two Bramleys. Here's another one. And again, this is looking good. Look, it's getting its buds and flowers. That's pretty lovely. I do have I definitely have 11 varieties of apples now. I have about 55 fruit, nut, berry, currant sort of things here in half an acre. This little one here, he's just started to pick up, I think. It hasn't done much at all. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. It's a prune. And over here is a green gage I bought the same time. So green gage has just almost overnight burst into leaf. And the African daisies are just gorgeous. Wow, they are so pretty. And California poppy. And I grew this from seed too, so I'm pretty happy about this. And in amongst it, look, there's a pink one. Where's that? Is that a different plant? Yes, it's a different plant. So there's 3 or 4 plants here, so there'll be different colours. This is one of the 2 big tall cherries. And it's going to have a cherry by the look of it. Look, a cherry. I'm surprised there's anything really, because the wind was it's pretty horrific. And I just caught something here in time, I think. I hope I did. Looks like could be a little borer. I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe a little bit of soapy water. And this is a rose that was given to me because it's called Munstead Woods or Hampstead Woods. Munstead Wood, I think. Beautiful, highly perfumed red rose. Here's another cherry, and it was a bit later. It's just starting to get its leaves. Both these two cherries are standards, so they're going to be pretty big. This is the elder flower, elderberry. That's got so many good medicinal uses that I've planted 2 more. I took cuttings and they've grown, so there's 2 more along the back there. Oh, we've got a Mr. Rooster being very friendly. The chickens are all happy. I'm now doing fermented grain for the chickens. I don't know, maybe they're just pissed all day. Or are you just happy? And that's Bruce the rooster. And they're very happy. Oh, this is a tree that I don't think even flowered last year, or if it did, it didn't do much. This is a fairly young apple tree called, I make labels out of found, thrown away soft drink cans. This is a 1785 Ribston pippin. So I have a Ribston pippin, a faux far pippin, and an orange pippin coming. And this one's the red Gravenstein. And since I've done this sort of circles round and wood chip, all the fruit trees have really picked up. I tell you, wood chip is the go. Wood chip and a bit of effort. The quince has definitely improved since I put some effort into it. Part of the rose family, so I heard, and they do look like little dog roses, don't they? They're beautiful. And I threw poppy seeds around all the fruit trees, and so as you can see, there are poppies everywhere, which is going to be lovely. This is an apple tree I haven't had any off yet. This is Happenstance nonsuch, I think. No, that's the faux far pippin. Very nice faux far. This must be Happenstance nonsuch, and this was what started off all the circles actually, because I thought this tree was going to die. And so as I started digging round, I just found so many rocks. And since I managed to get those out and improve the soil there, Happenstance nonsuch is looking much happier. Here's another California poppy, an ivory one again from seed that I saved, and more garlic. I put garlic around all the trees actually. What else? There's Petu Cat. Tutu. Tutu. Hey. Say hello. Hello. Sweet peas. They'll be lovely soon. Jasmine. Oh my gosh, if you could smell this. I mean, if you like jasmine, you'd love it. I kind of like it. Springtime is jasmine time. And this is where I ended up moving the greenhouse to. I put the greenhouse in the greenhouse. And I'm very happy with where it is now. I'm using the soil blocker, and so I've got a few trays. These are spring vegetables, there's chilies and there's tomatoes. I only did these 2 days ago. So all from seeds that I've saved or cuttings, or it's pretty good. And here's something funny. I just put the whole corn cob, didn't take the corn off the cobs, and just put it in there, and look at what happens. It just all strikes from the cob itself. So these ones here, the smaller ones are yellow, and these ones here are a mixed purpley red one. And there's more cuttings. There's more cuttings. There's more cuttings of more elderflower and bay, and there's some strawberries in there. So I'm very happy with this. Whew. It was a bit of a struggle getting it in here because I'd already drilled through most of the joints and put wire, because when the wind got in it would just pull all these pieces out and the whole thing would collapse. So I wired it all together, which was very good when it was, you know, out there somewhere. But when I tried to get it in here, that was a whole different ball game. So I had to pull it half to pieces and have another go at it. Anyway, here it is now, and I'm very happy with it. I have been a bit obsessed of late watching bushcraft, prepper and hiking YouTube vids, and as a result I've ended up with 3 or 4 different cook sets. And the other day I took my little backpack and off I went. I climbed through my fence over there and just went, let me show you, I just crossed the paddock and went for a walk. And that time I took a stainless steel canteen cook set, which was actually a bit heavy on my shoulder. But anyway, I walked across the paddock down there, through that gate you can see right down there. And then I crossed over and I ended up headed over in that direction. And I found myself a lovely little spot to sit. Nice soft grass with a couple of trees and some lovely rocks. And I sat there and I made myself a cuppa, and then I made myself some noodles with shredded garden greens that I took with me, and really enjoyed it. I didn't take a camera, I didn't take a phone. I thought, no, I don't have to record everything. I don't. Sometimes you just got to live your life, not just record it all. Even though I love sharing it with you, I really do. But I just decided, no, I'm not taking a phone, I'm not taking a camera, and it was lovely. So, but I'm showing you where I went. I went kind of way over there, way around there. The veggie garden's still good. I've been eating out of it all winter. Lots and lots of cauliflowers, I have to say. That's a very nice looking Savoy cabbage down there. Of course, the chickens get lots and lots of greens. Silver beet here, kale, peas, collie still coming, potatoes and silver beet, more kale, another collie, more broad beans, onions, lettuces, fennel, celery. I drank a lot of celery juice when I got sick at Christmas, and I still do juice some celery with some fresh ginger, maybe some lemon if I feel, you know, not 100%, and it works every time. This is an Australian native peppermint bush that flowers these beautiful purple flowers in spring. I'm going to use this, some of this dried, with rosemary, with sage, with peppermint, all sorts of things, and I'm going to make a mosquito repellent. I used my shave horse the other day. I've been doing sticks, walking sticks. Oh, I'll show you them in a minute, but first, last weekend just gone, Simon and I did this, and now I don't have to empty a tub when I have a shower, because we took out the big boards, dug down. I say we, he did it. I made cups of tea, I made lunch, I passed things, I put batteries on charge, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, dug this out and put a pipe in with holes in it and a heap of gravel, so that now the water from the washing machine that comes out this pipe here goes into it as well, and the shower water goes in, and then it runs out and comes out sort of underneath that peppermint bush. Brilliant. And so then it can just run down the hill to where the, you know, the lemon and the kumquat tree are. That'll be good. I changed the prayer flags up here and put some trellis, which I actually like. and that's the main thing, because I'm the only one that lives here and I like it. So I did keep the prayer flags on the fence though, because the little honey eaters especially love pulling the threads out and using them in their nests. So there's the veggie plot, looking good. This is the apricot tree that had lots of flowers. Unfortunately, with the strong wind, I didn't see many bees, so I'm not 100% on the, you know, how much fruit I'm going to get, because with that sort of wind, the bees just get blown off course, really. This is a gala apple that I get loads of, and it's looking very nice again. And that's a peach at the back, and the Granny Smith. And this is going to be a first timer for a pink lady. So this is a pink lady apple. This is 2 years in, maybe. This is another almond. So I have 3 almonds now, with Jane's new almond, Johnston Prolific, and 2 all-in-one almonds up here. And this is another apricot. This was last year's tree that I put in, or maybe the year before. This was another tree that got disease that I cut down, but it looks like it's going to survive. I mean, it's going to get 6 cherries. This one's for you, Ra. And the beautiful lavenders. What do you think? Oh, that's right, I was going to show you the sticks. I'll show you the sticks that I've been not really carving, more or less just shaping into walking staffs or walking sticks. So my friend Ra is not very well at the moment in hospital. She's had an operation, so I made her a walking stick. I digress, of course. This is a stick that I cut yesterday, and this is cherry plum, and I've learnt to leave it 2 days before taking the bark off, because if you don't leave it, what happens is it splits. And to show you what I mean, here's one. It's a cherry plum. I took the bark off too quickly, and there's some really big splits in it. But anyway, it's only through practice, isn't it, really? Trial things, whoops, and you find out whether it works or not. Where is Ra's stick? Look at this, chilies, still got chilies. It's spring, and the chili bush is getting new leaves, and the chilies are still on it from last year. How's that? Maybe because it's a raised bed. Maybe it's happy. This is a collie. I'm keeping this one and a couple of others for seed. So I think it's really important that we keep our own seed. Well, just in case you can't ever buy seed or seedlings, but more importantly because it gets acclimatised and easier to grow. Where's Ra's stick? Look at this. You know, I think I'll have a clear table here, and look what happens, just stuff. I try. But the bathroom area looks nice, don't you think? I'm very happy with it. Not having to lift up basins and bowls of water is good. Is good. I don't have to make everything hard, do I? Let's just have a look, see if it's usually here, Ra's stick. I've put it somewhere. This is what I'm reading at the moment. Not because I need a diet or anything, but because I was listening to Dr. Asim Malhotra, and I liked what he had to say. And this is a book that he'd written, and the Pioppi people live a long, healthy life in a little village in Italy, and I just wanted to read the book. I'm digressing because I still can't find Ra's stick. Oh my gosh, that's terrible, because I want to get it to her. Okay, I'll keep looking. These are the casuarina trees, she oak, that grow at the front of my place. And during the wind, a branch fell down, and so this is casuarina, this is she oak. She oak's really quite easy to work with when it's green, but when it dries, it's light and it's super strong. I put a copper end on this stick for Ra. I'm quite happy with it. I'm sure she'll love it, so I've got to get it to her now, but that's not too difficult. So from this angle we've got I do waffle, don't I? Sorry. From this angle we've got the nectarine, which also I'm not sure if we're going to get any fruit. Same thing, you know, during the wind it was flowering and no bees. And that's the plum. But I did see little plums on the plum. So maybe, who knows, but I figure with 50 plus fruit and nut trees I'm going to get something. Little plums starting to form. So I'll have to net this tree. They don't have long enough stalks for me to use exclusion bags. So I net this tree, but the others I'll put exclusion bags on again. The almond tree this year, first to flower, last to harvest, is looking very good. It's got loads of fruit on it. So I don't know whether that was because it flowered just before all the wind, or just because it thought this year would be a good year to give me lots of almonds. That's about it actually for planting fruit trees, because then I'll feel like I have to make stuff anyway. I'm making tinctures and I'm making salves again. You know, I've just done comfrey and plantain. Before winter I did comfrey and calendula, and now I'm doing a mix of herbs to make a mosquito fly repellent. I've decided that I would like to have even more self-reliance, and as a result I want to grow more medicinals so that I can look after myself with whatever happens. That's a good idea for me. I know it's not a good idea for everyone, but I'm doing it anyway, and I'm pharmaceutical free, so we'll see. So soon this will all be different again. There'll be shade around all the trees. This is really only the beginning of summer and it's quite warm already. But that's weather for you, isn't it? You never know quite what you're going to get. So on that note, having found Ra's stick and having done a bit of an update, I think it's time for a nice cup of tea. Hey, look at this. This was sent to me by my friend Lucy from England sent me this. Ha! Pretty good, huh? Hooray for England! On that note, until next time, see ya! Bye!